Hey, this is Kevin with Consumer Reports. I'm back down here at Clearwater Lake for another weekend of shooting, and what I'm going to be looking at here is some of Shoot and Spin's targets. Now, I've already done a review of the Dueling Tree, which is in the back there, and what I'm showing now is that the Dueling Tree actually comes with, you can buy them, it doesn't come with it, you have to buy them separately. But it comes with a set of paddles, which you can see there, the red ones, which are identified as rimfire paddles. And to be able to change out to those rimfire paddles, all you do is go and pick up one of those centerfire paddles right here, you can see, which clearly I've already shot a bunch. I've already repainted it yellow. But just to show you here, the centerfire paddles, you know, they're made of 3/8 AR-500 steel. You take that out and you take the rimfire paddle, which I believe is made of 7-gauge steel, and you just slide it in place just like that. So, very quickly you're able to change out your centerfire Dueling Tree. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. You're able to change your centerfire Dueling Tree out and turn it into a rimfire tree. Pull all those out like that. It'd be easier if I had a cameraman, but it's part of life. See, I've switched them all out to where they have the rimfire paddles in place. The rimfire paddles are made of, I think, 7-gauge steel here. And just like the centerfire paddles, you know, they're just going to flip back and forth just like that. So we'll see how those go. Okay, keep in mind that installation or setup of this particular Dueling Tree is really going to be the reverse order of what I'm going to show here, but I'm going to just go ahead and show takedown for this part of the video. I've already reviewed the Dueling Tree, and if you go and look at my website, consumerreports.com, or search on YouTube for Shoot and Spin targets, then you can actually see a review of the Dueling Tree. But to be able to take it down, you just start out by pulling off all your plates, just like that. Kind of set them out of the way, toss them out of the way. The post of the tree, just lift it up, comes out like that. You can set it down out of the way here. The stand itself has a bolt here that's used to help lock this one leg in place, like that. And it folds up just like this. Okay. From there, depending on what type of paddles you're using, whether you're using your centerfire or rimfire, you can drop your paddles right in this area on the side here, on each side just like that, and then when you get them in place, you just pick it up and carry them and then grab your post. And it's that simple to set up, or to take down. Set up is the reverse of that. Alright, what we've got is a couple of guys who are going to shoot the Dueling Tree from about, we're about 11-12 yards right there. And so, if you guys are ready, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, now hold on, I'm gonna go down there. It looks like the top one kind of got stuck a little bit. That I may need to put some grease on it, some kind of lubrication. I know that the issue that we have with the top one is that this particular tree, I shot it with some ammo probably greater than I should have, and I did bend that top pin, so that's not a fault of the tree. That just means I need to put some lubrication on that one. As far as the paddles go, the rim fire here is putting just a very, very, very slight dimple into it. You can kind of feel it just a tad on the backside. We're just going to have to see over time how durable that is. But that's not too bad. We'll get some lubrication on this top paddle and then we'll do it some more. Alright, I put a little lubricant, motor oil, actually on the pins on the Dueling Tree, and they're going to shoot it again and see what happens. Alright, whenever y'all are ready.
Well, 3, 2, 1, put your gun down.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm still in this game.
Corey wins.
I'll just put it on safety.
Alright, so I think we're learning something here. Try shooting it further out on the edge of the paddle. You're getting some bounce back on that lower one.
Came back.
Yeah. This is the shoot and spin shooting Dueling Tree with the rimfire paddles at the end of my range test. And actually, while I was out at the range, the battery went dead in the camcorder. So I'm actually back at my house now. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of do a follow-up to some of the things that we found while we were shooting the Dueling Tree with the rimfire paddles. Rimfire paddles overall, they held up good. The 7-gauge material. Clearly, the plate will deform a little bit, but if you can kind of look down the plate there, it's really pretty straight overall, but there is a little bit of deformation into it. But I don't think that's going to be an issue over the long term. You can see we hit it several times, and overall we were pleased with how it was holding up. In the video that I showed earlier, you could see that we had some paddles that were sticking in positions about like that, and I did put some lubrication on them, and that helped out. This top paddle here, again, because I shot the target with a larger caliber than I should have, I ended up bending that pin, and I tried bending it back, and that was causing some of this top paddle to stick some. But we had other paddles that would stick in this position, and lubricating helped. One of the other things that we found, and you could see it in some of the video, is that we were having some bounce back issues, specifically with this lower paddle here. And you can see, when it flips around, just from my hand, I can make it bounce back. And then as I go up the tree, the bounce back issues, get less as you go up the tree. So the bottom paddle is clearly more sensitive to bounce back. Now, in the regular configuration, and when I say regular configuration, what I'm meaning is with the tree set up with the stand flat on the ground. Later, I took some pieces of wood to try to change the angle of the post to see if that would help the bounce back. And I'm going to switch that out real quick now and put a couple of pieces of wood under the back leg. By shimming up the back leg with a couple of pieces of wood, I was able to reduce the amount of bounce back that we actually got on the paddles. Now, I didn't really change the characteristics, or maybe the harmonics, or whatever's coming into play that causes this lower paddle to bounce back. But it seemed to make a difference when the rounds would hit the paddles, and flip to the other side. That was more energy that was required for them to to flip back around with them being at this more steep post angle. I don't know if that made any sense, but we did achieve some better results with regard to bounce back when we put the piece of wood in there. Actually, I think we've had a couple of pieces of wood right there. I've got 2 in there, and if you end up, getting the dueling tree, getting the rimfire paddles, even without the rimfire paddles, if you're going to be shooting centerfire, that may be something that you want to experiment with, to change the characteristics of the tree itself, so that you could tweak any bounce back issues that you're getting. Overall, I'm pretty pleased. The bounce back portion, and sometimes the paddle sticking, whether it sticks in the center position like that, you gotta just consider for yourself, is that an issue or not? If you were, in the middle of hardcore competition, and that I could see where that could be a something that would drive you nuts. But if you're just out having fun, you can kind of consider that to be a wild card factor in your just a fun competition. Again, you have to consider that for yourself. The fact that the dueling tree itself can take these rimfire paddles, to me, that makes it a pretty versatile system. Again, overall, I like it. For my shooting purposes, I think I could live with some of that bounce back and live with the paddle sticking. You just have to decide for yourself.